These are my tools to create awesome PS3 tutorials. Let's do this. Hey guys, this is Versatile from Project Phoenix Media. In today's video tutorial, we're going to showcase how to jailbreak your fat or slim PS3 model. That is a older model, a jailbreakable model, and a downgradable model that can use HFW 4.84.2 hybrid firmware. So basically what you need ahead of time is make sure that your console is currently running OFW 4.84, and then we're going to follow this tutorial, which I have a link in the video description, to the PS3 exploit, and we're going to be using the NAND/NOR flash writer method today. I did do some testing earlier today, and although that yes, you can go to the ps3exploit.com website on your PS3 and try to run the exploit there, I, for whatever reason on my end, had a lot of issues where it just fails the initialization process. So in my case, we're going to be showcasing the Miniweb version today, and that works much quicker, much better for me. If for whatever reason the Miniweb method does not work for you, by all means use the ps3exploit.com website method, which I'll talk about later in this video tutorial. So in terms of the files that we need, ahead of time you want to make sure that your PS3 is already updated to 4.84 OFW. And this method that we're showcasing today only supports these models here, basically. And you want to make sure that your PS3 version, your min-ver version, is 3.56 or lower. So I'll showcase a little bit later how that works. And then you're also going to need to know, is your PS3 a NAND or a NOR? And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Other tools that we're going to need is, of course, download the PS3 exploit so you can get certain files. And then if you want, you can also download the rebug firmware 4.84.1 Rex ahead of time. So once you go to their website here, go to the bottom, click on the Rex edition, download that zip file. Inside the zip file is a text file. Inside that text file, it tells you where to download the firmware. And then last but not least, we're going to also download Python and install that, because in another page here on the PS3 exploit, there's a tool that you can use, which is basically the PyChecker tool. And you can download this from GitHub. And what this will do is, after we've gone through and exploited our PS3, before we restart it, we want to make sure we had a good dump and a good flash, basically. So using the PyPS3 checker, we can make sure that everything is good before you restart your PS3. Otherwise, you could risk a partial brick. Okay, so what we're going to do first is let's do something simple, and let's just see if and confirm that the PS3 in question can support a min-ver version that is 3.56 or lower. So if you have a USB thumb drive, plug it into your computer. Want to make sure it's formatted as FAT32. So right click, go to properties. Here I am FAT32 already, but if you want to format it, go right click, format, FAT32, default, all that stuff, say start, and you're good to go. So on my desktop, I have a file called minvercheck.rar. I'm going to extract that to its own folder real quick here. And then we have this file called ps3updat.pup. So I'm going to copy that, go to my USB thumb drive. I'm going to say PS3 is the folder. Inside the folder, make a new subdirectory called update. And then paste your file here. Okay, we're good to go. And then next, what we're going to do is plug this USB thumb drive into the rightmost port of your PS3. So let's go to my PS3 real quick and showcase how this works. Okay, so let's do this. So plug it in, rightmost USB port, and let's go to System Update and run the file from Storage Media. Run it, and we can see that my minimum version is 2.70. Awesome. So with that said, let's go straight back to my PC and continue with the rest of the tutorial. Let's do this. Alright, so we're back on the PC, and let's go ahead and follow through with the HFW 4.84.2. So go ahead, download it from the website. I have it downloaded ahead of time, and what I'm going to do is, it came as a .7z file, so I'm going to go ahead and extract it to its own folder using 7-zip, and then we're going to go copy that file. If you want to, you can use a program called WinMD5 and verify that the MD5 of this file matches the characters and the numbers in this folder name, basically. I've already done that before. I know it's good, so I'm not going to showcase this right now. So if we go back to the USB, go to PS3, update, delete the old update from the minver check, paste the new one, and while it is going ahead with that process, there's one more file that I'm going to use today. And we're going to use this /_4.84.hex file, copy that, and put that on the root of your USB thumb drive. Where did that file come from? You can download that from the main ps3exploit.com website under the flash writer tools, basically. Or what you can also do is, if you had downloaded the NAND writer release, inside that package file is that .hex. You can take that out, extract it, and put that on your USB thumb drive as well. So if we go back to the USB thumb drive, if we go to PS3, update, here we can rename the file. So it is just ps3 updat.pup. Okay, we're good to go. And we might as well talk about this ahead of time. In the video description, I will have uploaded a link to my Miniweb versions of the dumper and the NAND NOR writer that's using the latest release. Otherwise, you can also do it on your own. Basically, I went and downloaded the free version of Miniweb, and inside the Miniweb, there's a folder called htdocs. In the htdocs, delete the original files, and then copy and paste your dumper files or your writer files, basically. So here, let me run this ahead of time. If I right-click and run as administrator, this is the Miniweb, so allow it through your firewall. And after that's done, what you can do is just make note of your IP address here, and that will be useful later. So I'm going to have this running in the background, and this will make more sense later in today's video tutorial. So to recap, what we've done so far is I've prepared my PS3 thumb drive. I got the hex file on the root, and then we have the HFW firmware that's already in the correct PS3 update folder path. Let's go ahead, eject the thumb drive, and then plug that thumb drive into the rightmost USB port of your PS3. So with that said, let's jump straight into the next portion of this video tutorial. Let's do this. Alright, so we're back on the PS3. Let's go ahead and install this HFW, but let me show you what my system firmware looks like right now, and it is 4.84. Okay, so we're going to go back to system update, install via storage media. We see that it says HFW in the prompt here, which we just saw, so that's excellent. And we're just going to continue with the installation process. To help save some time, I am editing part of this video, so we'll skip ahead in time, but really this installation process probably takes, a few minutes basically. In the background, I do have my Miniweb tool running, and we'll showcase how that works. Basically, after this PS3 firmware update is done, we're going to go into the web browser, delete all the cookies, delete the search history, delete the cache, set the home page to blank basically, and then we're going to navigate to my IP address of my PC that's in the Miniweb program. If for some reason the Miniweb program method does not work for your system for whatever reason, as an alternative, in the web browser, you can type in ps3exploit.com. Once that web page loads, you can run the flasher tools from the top toolbar. It's pretty intuitive and self-explanatory. Okay, so here's the firmware. It's just about done. PS3 is restarting. And let's do this. So we go to the system just to double check. It's still going to continue to say 4.84 even though we installed the HFW. That's perfectly fine. Let's go to the web browser and let's clear some stuff here. So we're going to go to tools and let's do the home page set as a blank page. Okay. And then let's go ahead and clear some other stuff. The cookies, search history, and the cache. Exit out. Let's go back in. And at this point, once we're in, we're going to type in our PC IP address. I will have it already from my past. And if everything is working correctly with your firewall, you'll see this page. I know I'm a NOR, so click on that NOR page. And it's going to look like this. At this point, click on initialize exploitation. And then after that, patch your NOR. Make sure that your USB is in the rightmost USB port already with that hex file. So this will take a while, but once it's done, it's going to turn green. After that, the next thing we're going to do is go back to the PC, and I'll show you real quick how to set up your Miniweb for the dumper tool, because we should probably check the flash memory of the dump, make sure it's good before we restart the PS3. Otherwise, we risk a partial brick. So I think we're almost done here, and momentarily it will turn green. And then we should be ready for a lot of good times. If you do want homebrew programs, make sure you go to store.brewology.com. You can download whatever you want there for additional homebrew in the future, like Multiman, Webman, RetroArch, and etc. Alright, great. So with that said, let's go straight back to my PC and let's continue with the rest of this tutorial. Let's do this. Okay, so we're back on the PC. So real quick here's the Miniweb that was used for the writer part of it, and we see what that looks like. So let me just exit that, go back, and let's run the Miniweb for my dumper real quick here. Right click, run as administrator. Okay, so we can see here that the IP address and all that stuff is still the same. So let's go back to the PS3 real quick here. Alright, so what we're going to do is exit the web browser and go back into it and go back to my PC IP address. IP address of the PC is still the same. Miniweb is running the dumper web page basically, and we're going to be good to go. So let's go back to my PC IP address here. Okay. Now we're going to select the NOR page because I have a NOR PS3. If you don't know you have a NOR or NAND, I'll have a link in the video description. You can double check it. But afterwards, press that first button there for initialize the process. And if everything is good, you will see this green text. And go ahead and proceed to dump the 16 megabyte NOR flash memory to your USB device. This will take a little bit, so what I will do is fast forward. Alright, great. So the NOR dump is complete. So let's take the USB thumb drive, plug into the PC, and we will continue with the rest of the tutorial on how to check it and make sure everything is good. Once we make sure there's no errors, then we can get the rebug firmware, set that up properly, restart the PS3, and finish the end of this tutorial and install that CFW. So let's go back to the PC and continue. Let's do this. Alright, so we're back on the PS3. This is the results of my Miniweb when I was using the dumper tool. So, on my thumb drive, and we go back to it real quick here. So, here's my USB. It made this new dump called dump.hex, right? So, next thing we're going to do is, if you haven't done so already, make sure you have installed the latest Python for your Windows operating system. Afterwards, let's use the PY-PS3 checker real quick here. So, let's right-click, extract that to its own folder. And then, inside this folder, there's something called drag and drop your dump here.bat. So I'm just going to take that dump file and just drag and drop it onto the bat. And if everything is good, everything should say okay, no errors at the end. If you do have errors, then I guess you got to redo the exploit method until you check it and make sure you have 0 and 0, which is what I have here. Now what you can do is soon here, we can restart the PS3 and install CFW. It has to be a 4.84 CFW. Do not install anything lower or you will brick your PS3. So we definitely do not want to do that. So what we're going to do next here is go back to my folder, and I have the rebug 4.84.1 Rex. So let's copy it. On the PS3 thumb drive here, let's go into the PS3 folder, go to the update, delete the old update, which is the HFW, paste the new update. After that update has copied over, we're going to rename that file to basically ps3 updat.pup. If you are so inclined, you can also take the last bunch of characters at the end of that file name as the MD5 hashtag and use WinMD5 and check it to make sure that everything is good to go. But I know it is, so I'm not going to play around with it. So let's go ahead and just rename this real quick here as ps3 updat.pup. All right, cool. So now what we can do is eject the USB thumb drive, plug it into the rightmost port of your PS3, and we're in the home stretch. Let's do this. Alright, so what I've done so far is I've restarted my PS3. It's booting up. We are now getting ready to install the rebug CFW 4.84.1 Rex. So USB, rightmost USB port, and let's go to system update and install from storage media. To help save some time, I will edit out the whole installation process because it's a little bit long, and let's just get quicker to the good stuff here. Okay, so the process is completed and we see the new rebug wallpaper boot animation. That's awesome. And here we see we have the new, which we'll get to in a second, the package manager. But let's go to settings real quick here. System information. We see it's still that 484. And we have the new package manager. Awesome. So I'm just going through the process here. I'm basically installed the rebug toolbox. Within the toolbox, I'm just going to double check some settings here. I did have CFW a long time ago, so I'm not surprised that a lot of my settings here are already established from before, but you can copy my screen if you wish, just enabling everything basically. QA flag is enabled, awesome. And since we're on Rex here and a KEX system, we might as well convert it to DEX. So what I'm going to do is make sure you go to EID, the dump EID root key, of course. After you have dumped it, your PS3 is going to reboot. And after your PS3 have finished rebooting, then we're going to go back into the rebug toolbox, do 2 more quick steps there, and then your system will be officially DEX. Why do you want to be DEX? Well, that's purely optional, but if you like to use mod menus for certain games, for example, then you definitely want to be a DEX console because it makes it easier to use those menus basically. So real quick, we'll go to the 4th column here, rewrite the target ID, and then swap the level 2 kernel. System will reboot and you are officially a DEX system. So that's today's video tutorial for PS3 exploit using the Miniweb method. If you guys have any nitpicky questions, leave a comment here on the YouTube page and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.